Hey, what's going on everyone? As you may have guessed, it is now my turn to do a room home tour video. I'm sure this is kind of the angle that you're used to seeing me in. So it'd be kind of interesting to show you guys around and I guess give you guys kind of like my perspective from what I see, as well as some of the other stuff I find neat around my room. So yeah, just let me grab this camera and we'll get to it. Alright, so this is going to be the usual setup. Pardon the rat's nest of cabling over there. But yeah, this is generally what I'm looking at when I'm doing the show. Of course there's Jurina up above, always watching over me, protecting me. Yeah, we just got kind of a standard Asus 1080p monitor. I don't know exactly which model it was. I think I bought it back in 2012. But hey, it's trucked along. It's been a champ. So yeah, I don't have any intentions of getting rid of it too soon, though I might be due for an upgrade eventually. But yeah, aside from that, I do have this Vizio TV up here. Use it just to stream whatever else. Mainly, when I'm sitting down here, it is kind of an awkward position for my neck, so sometimes you'll see me on the show just kind of looking up. It's because I'm looking up at that monitor. But the reason why I have that up so high is because of this. But yeah, so this is an electronic sit-stand desk. Quite nice. Sometimes all I have to do is just pull that to the side, bring the monitor up to standing level, and it's pretty much in eye level. I do spend majority of my time at my desk, so being able to do that is quite nice. This is the computer that is kind of powering everything from here. Kind of a straightforward build, nothing in there too fancy. We've got AMD 2700X for the processor. It's an old NVIDIA GTX 960 for the card. That's probably the oldest thing in there. Probably gonna be upgrading that soon. I do got a Blu-ray player plugged in because I do like watching physical Blu-rays sometimes. We're playing, as you guys can probably tell, the Keyakizaka Dome Tour concert. If you guys haven't already gotten a chance to pick this up, I highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favorite decade performances in a long time. All their shows are great, but this one really seems like they went all out. Down here I do have my Nintendo Switch in the dock. Sometimes I like to just play it on my bed handheld, but a lot of times I do like just having it up on the TV, and I'll use the little Joy-Con controller to play with it from my bed, maxing out, relaxing, all cool. So yeah, I've got two, as you can probably tell, bright LED panels. The nice thing about these is that they are battery powered, so it's this giant Sony camcorder battery that keeps them powered. And what's nice about that is, so when I do a lot of filming stuff out on locations, then you don't have to worry about trying to find a place to plug in and things like that. But I use it here for this as well. I also have this desk lamp here. Sometimes if I'm just doing a video call with friends or playing some D&D and stuff like that, I don't need to be super nicely lit. I'll just turn these off and I'll have this just flipped up towards me. Here is my camera. It's a Sony a6500. I've had this almost 4 years, 3 years at least. Love this camera. This lens I'm using with it is one of my favorite lenses. It's the Sigma 16mm f1.4. This is on my camera pretty much majority of the time. The 60mm is a very wide focal length, really nice for you know, when you're doing vlogging kind of stuff. At f1.4 you still get those nice background blur, but more importantly for me, really good low light ability. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna switch lenses real quick. Oh boy, I did forget one of the big downsides of that lens is compared to, say, this lens, the Sony 16-50. This lens is a lot bigger and a lot heavier, but I think you guys can already tell that image quality already looks a lot better, at least in my opinion. Oh yes, let's look at the rest of this desk over here. Let's see, got my Xbox controller. This is the mic I use to podcast. It's just a cheap, newer XLR mic that I plugged into this audio interface right here. The nice thing about this audio interface is not only do I have my mic plugged in, but occasionally I can plug in my guitar as well and just jam out from my guitar without worrying about bothering anybody. And you know, you can play around with different virtual effects and things like that. There's Barbara Gordon in the back. She's my desk mate, you know, just kicking in the corner, keeping me company. Here is a Keyakizaka Cafe mug our boy Danny got for all of us in Slow Club. Much love to him, really appreciate it. I don't drink out of it too often just because it is very small and I'm a very big boy, as you can probably see from this comparison, so I finished that in like 2 seconds. But occasionally when I'm feeling fancy, I'll just fill it with water from my 1 gallon bottle right here. Nice thing about this is that because it's 1 gallon, a lot of mixes, if you like using, like, you know, Gatorade powder and things like that, it's really easy to mix your 1 gallon. You don't have to deal with awkward like 3/4 scoops or anything like that. So yeah, aside from that, I don't know, we don't have much on my desk. This is a Phantom something mechanical keyboard. It's probably one of the cheaper ones you can get, but I like it because it's very kind of minimal in its design. I don't like a bunch of random edges and lines and engravings and logos and stuff like that. So that's actually the sole reason why I picked out this one. As far as mechanical keyboards go, it's got like the Gatatron blues on it, so it's a fake Cherry MX blue. Nice and clicky. You guys probably hear me typing all the time when we do the podcast. These are just some random PBT keycaps that I bought on Amazon, just to spice it up a little bit, make it a little bit different. The Logitech MX Master mouse, yeah, it's just comfy. I have big hands, so it fits in there quite nicely. We've got my iPad mini, my phone charging. See over here, we've got my spell book for Dungeons and Dragons. You know, if you guys are starting to get into the game and you haven't already looked into one of these, it's very convenient. You can get cards that have all the information for your spells in there, so you can always look up, see exactly how your spells work, what's required, and things like that. And it's in a cool little spell book, huh? How's that for immersion? So yeah, I guess this is kind of like the next point of interest in the room. This is kind of my, I don't know, everything goes section. So let's take a look. So here is my Corkboard. This used to be kind of a memory board, so that's why you'll see some like a couple of like personal life stuff up here and there. But aside from that, it's become a big bunch of idle stuff over time because, hey, guess what? I'm a huge fat nerd, but we do have some side stuff that do mean a lot to me. We got Kakizaki Risaki from Necroma back when she was in the group. Signed that checky. Here's a signed postcard from Baby Raids Japan. I obviously got some Wasamine stuff there as well. So I don't know, hopefully as the years go by, this will continue to grow with more personal stuff, not just idle stuff, but you know, personal idle stuff, I guess you could say. Down here are my supplements and, well, I guess just random stuff that I take. Nothing too crazy. I do have some allergy medication and a leave right there because I'm getting older and I live in a state of being perpetually broken. So what can you do? Aside from that, I got some fish oil. It's a pre-workout. This is a fiber that I take, creatine. I think out of everything, the most important is the fiber. Keep yourself regular, guys, huh? Yeah, some ashwagandha root. Over here, we got some little figures and things like that. Got a Yan Cuckoo plushie. You guys don't know, well, still am, but especially when I was younger, I was really into Monster Hunter, so we got that as a gift. My Gundam Astray Red frame, Goblin Slayer figure that I got for my birthday. Really love the manga. The anime is kind of hard for me to stomach, but if you guys are into kind of like fantasy stuff, definitely recommend the manga at least. Yui medal. This is a little doll that I got in Vietnam. Oh, the spell book cards. You saw the spell book that the cards go into earlier. This is actually my dad's old camera. He had this from when I was a little kid. So obviously I'm kind of keeping for sentimental reasons. I don't really use it myself, but I did check and it does work. So maybe someday I do want to eventually try out some film photography. I might play around with this. Let's see, down here we got all my medals from USA Powerlifting in chronological order. Yeah, these always just chill here like this. I definitely didn't just lay them out for this video or anything like that. Down here, I'm sure you guys aren't surprised by this at all, is my collection of photo books. This whole row of stuff is just getting really full in my shelf. Don't judge the fact that I didn't clean it. It's kind of all over the place right now. Definitely gonna have to eventually move some of the stuff down to some boxes or maybe give some stuff away. So I don't know, maybe if this video gets enough likes, we'll do a giveaway or something. But yeah, aside from that, I got some comics here. Some of you may not know, I'm really into DC Comics, so I have some of my favorite storylines here, like Kingdom Come. My all-time favorite is All-Star Superman. Right here I have the deluxe editions for a bunch of Superman books. As you guys may not have been able to tell, I'm a big Superman fan. Fun anecdote, I actually taught myself English as a little kid by reading Superman comics that I got from the bookstore close to where my mom used to work. Down here is just some random knickknacks. I got Nart and my Konoha headband, a little zine my friend drew, all my CDs that I don't ever open. Idle Life, what can you do? Here's my main guitar, my acoustic Gibson J45. It's pretty much out here on this guitar stand all the time, just because I find that if it's out, I'm more likely to play it than if it were just to stay in its case all the time. And of course over here is where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean restful sleep. If you guys are interested in any athletic endeavor, you're gonna learn real quick that your rest time is extremely important, and when you're sleeping is when you're doing your recovering. So don't take sleep lightly. Try to make your sleep situation as comfortable as possible. That's why I do have a queen-size bed, just to make sure that I can really splay out. Every time I just lay down here, sometimes I look up over there, give Jarita my prayers before I go to sleep at night. And yeah, curl in. I do have my well done steak, another little Monster Hunter thing. All right, let's go over to this corner of the room. It's not too much exciting over here. See, I have my journal. For obvious reasons, we won't be opening. Just use it to kind of get some thoughts out. Sometimes I just have things that I don't want to full on sad boy tweet, and I still just need to get off my chest, so useful for that. Got some old photos, school dances, myself and my godson over there. Here is my Theragun, or as Boy and Tron and some of our friends like to call it, the jackhammer. Because it sounds like a jackhammer. But it's a great self-massage tool. If you guys have got any kind of aches, tight joints, or muscles and things like that, definitely worth a shot. It's done a lot for me as far as increasing my mobility. Yeah, really, I find that if you can move better while you train, then you'll train your movement better. Some headphones, I just keep these here because sometimes I get home and I'm tired, but I either have to like meet up online with friends on Discord, and I just want to lay in my bed, so I'll grab my iPad, plug those in, and just lay here and talk to them that way. Up there, I've got some Japanese grammar books. I've been tutoring my friends in Japanese, so I've been trying to just refresh myself, read that as a reference, things like that. Over here I got some artwork that my friend made for me for Secret Santa, kind of encompassing some of the things that I love. We got idol stuff, some tech stuff, you know, obviously cameras and weights and things like that. Things that sum me up, you know, it's really cute. Much love, Justin. It's got my foam roller here. It's the big black studded one, but I feel like it works out very well. Up here's a giant print I have of The Real Power of the DC Universe is the title. It's the major female characters. I am actually a big fan of this artist, Adam Hughes. I used to always talk with him every year at Comic-Con. Actually got a free Catwoman print that's framed up in another room that he gave me the year I saw him and came dressed as Catwoman. Over here on this door is where I have a bunch of stuff hanged. I have a hat, my helmet, a bunch of bags that I use. I have 3 main bags. This is the Wanted Provoke 30-liter bag. I have the Peak Design 5-liter bag. If you guys saw Boy and Josh's video, you'll probably see that they have a very similar bag, just in a different color, I believe, and maybe a different size. And then a little Timbuktu side bag. Yeah, so this is my main backpack. It's the one that I was using while I was in school, or if I would go on a video assignment or anything like that. This is the bag that I would probably be carrying because it can just fit the most stuff. It is a roll top bag, so you just undo this part right here. You can roll this up. And yeah, your access to the bag is through this top here. The roll top means that you can basically pull it out to fit more stuff should you need to, but generally this bag is already pretty big. The nice thing about this bag is that it's kind of split into 2 compartments. So when you've got it opened up like this is gonna be your room where you keep basically your notebook or your laptop, tablets, things like that. This is kind of like what is the main compartment from this roll top part. See if I put my hand in here, you can see my hand. I got some snacks in here, some popcorn, huh? Never know when you might need that. But yeah, the other half of this bag, if you're wondering, is a camera bag. You know, you have these little inserts that you can basically customize. It's all Velcro based. Yeah, I usually generally put some lenses here and there. The camera goes here for this quick access part right here. So from the outside, I can just reach in and grab my camera should I need to. Room for like my extra things here, like batteries, monitors, lights. Got like a hood for my monitor and things like that, and microphone. So yeah, it's a great overall bag for when I just need to carry a bunch of stuff and I plan on being out. I want to fit a sweater in there as well. I can totally do that. And the most important thing is it's very comfortable. I used this when I was visiting Vietnam, and I would just basically carry it all day. It felt great on my back. It does come with like hip straps, so you can even get better support that way. If you guys ever use a cheap camera bag, it just feels like cardboard on your back. Not cool. So definitely worth stepping up and getting something a little bit more expensive. Just have an overall better experience. Next over here is my 5-liter Peak Design messenger bag. I'd say I probably carry on this bag the most often actually out of all my bags, just because it does fit all my camera stuff. Usually I can fit my camera with the big lens on here. I already have like another lens here, and then there's another one down there. Why did I put that in wrong? Hold on. Plop this down. this lens here. Yeah, I got room for like a battery bank right here too. And my favorite thing is there's actually a little side part right here. And if I grab my iPad mini, it fits right into it perfectly. So I can actually carry around all of my basic tech stuff in this bag, which is extremely useful. So when I'm out with friends and want to grab photos, I have that, and I can quickly transfer my photos over my iPad, edit it, put it on Instagram or anything like that. So that's very, very nice. Aside from that, the main other bag I use is this Timbuktu side bag. This is just the bag I use when I'm going out. Don't really plan on bringing my camera stuff with me, but you know, I have maybe some skinny jeans on or something. I don't want to ruin the silhouette with putting stuff in my pocket. So I'll put my keys and, you know, wallet and phone and stuff like that in here. It does also fit my iPad mini, which is a very important feature for me. But yeah, you can, you know, just put a bunch of other stuff in here. So to that end, it's a great bag. Over here in this corner, besides the bags, we also have my instruments. I do have this M Audio MIDI controller I was using for when I was trying to teach myself piano. Unfortunately, the USB port on this got broken while I was moving back and forth between San Diego and LA, but hopefully I can take this in sometime soon, get it fixed. This is the Gibson J45. You already saw that. That's the one that's already out on my guitar stand. So let's look at this Les Paul right here. Alright, so this is my Gibson Les Paul. I got this back in 2005, I believe, as 16th birthday. I'd saved up enough money. I was planning on buying the Epiphone one, but then they were all sold out of the Guitar Center by my house. But my parents were there with me, and they're like, "Hey, what's this? Isn't this the guitar that you're looking for?" And I was like, can't afford this, but they, out of the kindness of their heart, they're like, well, okay, pay what you can and we'll meet you the rest of the way. So that's how I got this guitar. So it's actually very sentimental for me. I've been through a lot with this guitar, played a bunch of shows with it in high school, and yeah, did a lot of playing with this when I was in a band as well as in a church band. So yeah, this is kind of my other baby. But yeah, so that pretty much brings us all the way back around. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that was somewhat entertaining for you guys to be able to see what my room is like, how my setup looks like when I'm talking to you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. Stay safe out there, make good choices, and we'll see you in the next video.